Here we're going to learn about highlighting, and this is accomplished via three specific drawn objects in slope charts: the rectangle, the oval, and the arc. And to demonstrate this, we're going to use the diamonds, the DIA symbol. Now, before we get into those, I want to point out one specific item in the preferences box that's very germane to this, which is text prompt for highlight tools. And what this means is, if you tend to add text to most of your highlights, you probably want to have this checked on. So whenever you put down a highlight, it will by default ask you for a text note. Now you can cancel out if you don't want to add any text note, but it will do that for you. I tend to simply highlight without notation, so I'm going to leave that checked off, but that's a very important binary to know about these. So the simplest one is the rectangle, and highlighting is about explicitly that. You just click, drag, and click again to highlight or to emphasize any particular region. And as with all drawn objects, you can right click on that to change the color, change the style with respect to its opacity, the outline weight, what have you. And you can of course save that as a default if you like what you came up with. Now the next one is the oval, and I don't see anything on this chart that particularly lends itself to an oval, so I'll simply just draw one down here as an illustration. You click, drag, and click again to terminate that particular shape, like so. You can see the anchor points right here. Since we're on this, what I'll do here is I'll add a text note, and I'll just put something kind of meaningless like meandering market and save that. And that way, anytime I mouse over that particular item, it will show in an appropriate place the note I've added. You may have also noticed that when I added the note, it asked me if I wanted to make the note public or not. By default, it does make it public. But if for whatever reason you want to keep it private, just uncheck that box, and only you, when you're logged into your account, can see it. Now, I find most useful the arc highlighting tool because it's very good at emphasizing tops and bottoms. So I've chosen arc, and so I click once to begin the baseline, click again, and then I drag it, and I can shape this any way I like. I'm going to do it like so, and we can zoom in here. That actually is just about picture perfect. I'm not going to change a thing about it. Slope charts is very, very helpful at putting, as best as it can discern, the anchor points where it's most valuable. And since we're zoomed in here, I'll do the bottoming highlight here to show how during the end of the financial crisis the market was bottoming and reversing, and we can change this to some more meaningful colors. We'll do red for the top and green for the bottom, and up from there. So just to review here, you've got the rectangle, the oval, and the arc. You click 2 or 3 anchor points for each one, and you can add a text note either immediately when you begin drawing it, and that's if you've selected the preferences for it, or afterwards, and you can make any of those notes public or private.